I was a senior banker for 15 years. Savings are traps. I spent a decade watching people walk into my branch with a look of heavy financial responsibility, unaware they were actually just checking into a high-security storage unit for their own shrinking purchasing power. I've seen the exact moment a customer thinks they're winning. It usually starts with a shiny number on a poster. You sit in my corner office with its glass walls and the scent of expensive upholstery cleaner thinking, if I put this money away now, I will be a millionaire by 65, as long as the economy never changes and I never buy a coffee again. I love watching you perform the mental math of an ascetic while I check my bonus structure for the quarter. In my 15 years and 10,000 account openings, I learned liquidity management is just a term for trapping your capital. I still remember the metallic smell of the high-speed bill counter overheating during the 4 p.m. rush, while I denied fee waivers with a specific 15-degree head tilt. In 2012, we launched Gold Horizon. It promised 4% interest, but only if you used your debit card 20 times a month. We watched people buy 20 individual packs of gum just to win $3 in interest. Spending $40 on unwanted gum to earn $3 in taxable interest isn't a bank product. It's a behavioral study in manufacturing merchant fees. Why did you choose the account with the highest advertised up to percentage? 1. Because I am a math whiz who loves maximizing returns. 2. The color of the app looked more trustworthy than the others. 3. I wanted to show my spouse I was taking our future seriously. 3, 2, 1. The twist. I am biologically programmed to respond to 5.0% like a moth to a bug zapper, ignoring the up to written in size 4 font. You aren't a saver, you're a vital organ in our business model. By the way, that free checking account costs the bank $200 a year to maintain, which they take back from you in hidden spread. It's 5:02 p.m. You're idling at the drive-through window, feeling the dry, mechanical heat radiating from the vacuum tube system. You're mentally rehearsing your responsible adult mantra. I'll just keep exactly $10,000 in here as a permanent buffer so I never have to pay that $12 maintenance fee. I'm watching you freeze 10 grand of your own liquidity just to avoid $144 a year, while the bank uses that capital to juice its own leverage. During my mid-career years, our internal ledgers revealed a beautiful synchronicity. We intentionally timed maintenance fee withdrawals for the day before the regional payroll deposits hit. It triggered a massive cascade of minimum balance violations. Those automated sweeps practically funded our entire branch's steak and lobster Christmas party. We didn't see it as a penalty. We saw it as institutional capital preservation. By letting your money sit idle and lose $700 a year to inflation just to dodge a fee, you were actually helping us stabilize the money supply through forced stagnation. Question: what is the real reason you haven't moved your money to a better-paying brokerage account? 1. The UI of the brokerage app is slightly too confusing. 2. I like the safety of a brick-and-mortar building I never visit. 3. I'm waiting for the right time to enter the market. 3, 2, 1. The twist. The bank has successfully gaslit me into believing that clicking transfer to an external bank is a betrayal of my own financial security. The senior vice president title on my old business card was just a way to make you feel bad for asking for a refund. Step into a fluorescent-lit cubicle where the only sounds are the rhythmic click-clack of a mechanical keyboard and the soul-crushing hum of a paper shredder. You're staring at the screen, whispering, I just need to set up this automatic transfer of $50 a week and I will finally be financially free. I'm a disciplined financial architect, and this digital badge proves I'm winning. In my 15 years and over 11,000 managed accounts, we nicknamed these the set and forget. It wasn't a tool for your growth. It was a snare. We've processed thousands of $35 NSF fees triggered because a customer moved $50 into a savings account that yields 2 cents of interest per year. We weren't managing your wealth. We were engineering a high-velocity fee environment where your responsibility subsidized our operational overhead. Let's look at the UI. When you see your savings streak badge in the app, how do you feel? 1. Like a champion of industry and thrift. 2. A momentary reprieve from the crushing weight of debt. 3. Absolutely nothing, but I still check it every morning. 3, 2, 1. The twist. You are a lab rat pressing a digital lever for a hit of dopamine that costs the bank 0 cents to produce while your capital stagnates. We spend more on user experience designers to make the withdraw button nearly impossible to find than we do on your interest. It's the same logic your coworker uses when they think Roundup apps are a legitimate retirement strategy. Walk into the Premium Lounge. It's a space defined by the scent of stale peppermint and a coffee machine that is always cleaning. You sit on the stiff chair, feeling a surge of misplaced ego. I have enough in my savings that I am now a preferred member. That makes me fundamentally better than the people sweating in the regular line. I'm a sophisticated adult because I get a slightly heavier plastic card. We watch you from the glass office, knowing the more exclusive we make the room feel, the less you'll question the commission. If we give them a bowl of stale mints and call them premium, they'll sign anything just to keep the feeling of being special alive. In my 15 years, preferred status was never a reward. It was a tracking beacon. It was a digital flag that told us to isolate you and pitch high-commission insurance products. We knew you had excess cash sitting idle, and we needed to move it into something that paid our bonuses, not your future. We weren't providing service. We were segmenting the haves to more efficiently target your psychological weaknesses. The question, why did you really agree to that free financial review with the branch manager? 1. I genuinely wanted professional advice on my portfolio. 2. I felt awkward saying no to a person in a suit. 3. I thought there might be a better secret interest rate available. 3, 2, 1. The twist. You are desperate for an authority figure to tell me I'm doing a good job so I can stop worrying about the impending recession. Your private banker isn't your friend. They're a salesperson with a quota. The air in banks is kept slightly colder to make you finish your business and leave faster. Now you've moved to the digital lobby, staring at the blue light of your phone at 11 p.m., watching that loading circle spin just a beat too long. A program delay to make the security feel heavy. You're staring at your balance, thinking, I should probably move this to a CD, but what if my car breaks down? Or what if there's a sudden sale at the mall? I'll keep it liquid so I can feel the phantom weight of preparedness, while the bank uses it to fund their own growth. In my 15 years, we loved your emergency fund. It's the ultimate low-cost loan for the bank. We tell you to keep 6 months of expenses in cash. That is half a year of your life's labor sitting in our vault, which we immediately use to buy 10-year treasuries. We aren't just holding it, we're protecting you from wealth volatility by ensuring your capital stays safely worthless while the cost of eggs triples. The question, what is the emergency you are actually saving for? 1. Medical bills or sudden unemployment. 2. A spontaneous trip to Europe I'll never actually take. 3. A rainy day that has been forecasted for the last decade. 3, 2, 1. The twist. You are hoarding cash to soothe the existential dread of a system you no longer understand or trust. We are protecting the consumer from the volatility of wealth by ensuring their money stays safely worthless. The frugal influencer telling you to save $5 on lattes is just a distraction from the interest spread we're pocketing. By the way, those security questions about your first pet, we're using those to build a psychological profile for marketing. You step toward the exit, the heavy glass door swinging shut with a pressurized vacuum whoosh as you walk into the afternoon sun. I am a good person, you tell yourself. I am a saver. I am finally winning at life because my balance went up this month. You don't see me watching from the window, calculating how much of your life we just harvested. On my very last day, I processed a couple who were celebrating. They'd finally hit their goal of $50,000 in a premium savings tier. They were beaming. I didn't have the heart to tell them that in the 3 years it took to stack that cash, the actual purchasing power of that $50,000 had dropped by $8,000. They weren't savers. They were donors. We call this evolutionary wealth culling. The entire industry's survival depends on you confusing a nominal balance with actual wealth. It's the greatest magic trick in history, making you feel secure while your value evaporates into our spreadsheets. What will you do after watching this? Option A, close your savings account and buy gold bars. Option B, comment about how your bank is different because they gave you a free toaster. Option C, reread the 40-page terms and conditions and cry. 3, 2, 1. The real answer is you'll finally realize that being a sucker was just your way of trying to be a good citizen in a rigged game. If you have a friend currently saving up for a down payment in one of these accounts, tag them. They need to understand why their safety net is actually a sieve. And remember, that FDIC logo in the window? It's mostly there to prevent a bank run, not to protect your specific $2,000. Your desire to save is a noble human trait. That is exactly why we weaponized it into a form of voluntary tax. You are being used. Stop being a saver and start being a user of our own plumbing. The bank doesn't save your money. They just hold it hostage. Goodbye.